Hi there, I'm Dr. Lisa Vuich, Renew MediSpa. In this video, I'm going to review with you the various options you have for different types of laser facials at Renew. We have 5 different lasers here, and we know it can be very difficult or confusing to figure out which one you should schedule based on what your concerns or your needs may be. So in this video, I'm going to go over what the difference is actually between laser and what's called IPL, intense pulse light, which is sometimes called a photofacial. I'll go over skin type analysis briefly so you understand how that impacts which laser facial we might recommend. We'll talk about how to select the procedure that actually meets your goals and also your tolerance for downtime. I'll give you some highlights on the various specific lasers that we have, what their really strengths are, tell you how to prepare for your procedure, and also what the post-care might look like. Now, laser is a device that produces a highly concentrated beam of light of a single wavelength. This is very different than intense pulse light. IPL devices produce multiple wavelengths of light coming out of the device every time it fires. IPL devices are not able to be as specific to a target as laser, and the energy also can't penetrate as deeply. IPLs can also be dangerous in some skin types, which I'll go into further in a moment. The IPL devices do tend to be more popular because they are cheaper to purchase. But again, lasers can be more specific, can penetrate deeper, and get the job done in fewer treatment sessions. A Fitzpatrick skin type is something we consider when we're recommending a particular laser treatment to our guests. If you're a light skin type, you're likely to be a Fitzpatrick 1 to 3. And where you fall sort of depends on how your skin reacts to the sun, how easily you burn, how easily you tan. The trickier point gets to be what we call skin type 4s. Skin type 4s can appear light-skinned, but their skin will react to light energy as if they were darker skin types. And this is important with things like when you're entertaining having a photofacial done, because if you are a skin type 4, you can overreact to light that is more diffuse, such as with IPL. So laser energy in general is safer for skin type 4s. Now, skin type 4s include people of Asian heritage, Hispanics, Eastern Europeans, and I've listed those in the bottom left there: Bulgaria, Czech Republic, Hungary, Poland, Romania, Russian Federation, Slovakia, Belarus, Moldova, Ukraine, all of that. We like to treat those guests as skin type 4. Anyone Hawaiian, Pacific Islander, American Indian, Alaskan Native, and of course people who are from mixed race backgrounds may behave more like a skin type 4. So we do have an IPL device here at Renew, which our estheticians are able to use, but they are limited to treating guests who are skin type 1 through 3 in order to maintain safety. Melasma is a condition that we see fairly frequently. It is essentially a skin type that is a hyperpigmentation-prone skin type. Clients with melasma should also not be treated with IPL. Typically, someone with melasma, the IPL treatment will remove the pigment briefly, but then it comes back with a vengeance and is even darker. So we have specific laser facials we recommend for those of you with melasma, sometimes referred to as mask pregnancy. This is a skin condition that can also be brought about by other hormonal shifts other than pregnancy, such as using a birth control pill. So people with melasma generally know they have this particular diagnosis. They have these patches that are often on the cheeks or the forehead, sometimes along the jawline, sometimes above the upper lip. So if you have melasma, pay close attention to what I recommend for laser facials that are safe for that particular skin condition. An example would be LaserMD. This is one of our lasers here at Renew. It is what's called a thulium laser. It is able to perform fractionated skin resurfacing, but without a lot of heat. Now, LaserMD treatments are usually done in a series in order to get the best benefit, but it is something that is safe for those with melasma. The LaserMD energy will create what are called microchannels. And the interesting thing about that is by creating these microchannels during the treatment, we can also use one of various serums we have available, and those serums can penetrate deeper into the dermis than they would if they were placed just on intact skin. So we take advantage of the LaserMD micropore creation to deliver one of several serums available to us to further boost the treatment. These serums contain antioxidants, peptides, growth factors, skin lighteners if we're trying to lighten brownish discoloration, and we can really get a beautiful result in just a few treatments with LazyMD. LazyMD is safe for all skin types, regardless of Fitzpatrick scale. Some people will do topical numbing. Some people just have cold air blowing during the treatment. There's minimal downtime with this particular treatment, maybe 3 days. And we say that mostly because there's almost like a little bit of a darkening initially of the skin, some dry flakiness that can be there. It's not a downtime where you're hiding from the public, but it's noticeable, changes in the skin that are happening before you really see your best end result. So that's why we say up to 3 days. This can be used on any area of the body. As I said, it's generally done in a series of 3 sessions. And when we pair LazyMD with one of our radio frequency microneedling devices called the Lutronic Genius, that is the recipe for a skin treatment called Total Skin. So again, Total Skin is the combination of radio frequency microneedling with our Lutronic Genius device, in addition to LazyMD Full Face, done at the same time. So a double layer treatment, and it's called Total Skin because by combining these 2 technologies, we are treating every single skin layer simultaneously. And again, with very minimal downtime, this is something where you could go to work the next day and not feel uncomfortable with that. Here are some examples of results with LazyMD. As you can see, you can get a nice softening of wrinkles. You can also get a nice lightening of pigmentation. This young lady has melasma. You can see that starting to lighten. In some clients, melasma has a ruddy red and brown discoloration, and you can see that she's getting clearer on the right as she does LazyMD. The next laser I will speak about is our Hollywood Spectra. Now, we do several different types of laser facials with the Hollywood Spectra. One of the most popular facials with the Hollywood Spectra is the Hollywood Laser Peel. The Hollywood Peel is a 3-step treatment, which includes first, application of a carbon lotion to the skin, second, a gentle heating of that lotion to get it to penetrate deeper, and third, use of the laser to vaporize that surface layer of dead skin cells that's holding on to the carbon and essentially revitalize the skin and exfoliate that dead skin cell layer. The Hollywood Peel is safe for those with melasma. It's a great treatment for those with dull skin, with enlarged pores. I like to think of the Hollywood Peel as like a chemical peel result without having to go through a week of peeling after a chemical peel. It can even be done the same day as a special event, and that's in fact how it got its name, because many Hollywood stars, right before they go on the red carpet and before they have their makeup application, will do a Hollywood peel right before so that their skin is glowing, smooth, makeup goes on like glass, and they're looking their best for the event. This can be done also in a series for best results over time.
I feel heat, and yeah, it feels like a sensation of little. Right. I would describe it, the first time around I felt more heat and less of the actual sensation of the prickling. Nothing was painful. Second time around I felt less heat but more of the sensation of the shocking or whatever else it's called. Neither one was painful. I would even say relaxing, the heat around it. But yeah, a different feeling that I've not felt before ever. I've done this one other time, and the biggest result that I noticed was my pores being a lot smaller. I've never had pores that small before. And I just looked in the mirror this time around, and I would say it's the same thing. I mean, I'm not wearing any makeup, so Yeah, usually I think my pores are more obvious, but this I noticed really made a huge difference in that.
Now, the Hollywood Spectra also performs a laser facial called Spectra Bright and Smooth. Bright and Smooth is also a no downtime laser facial. It's different though than the Hollywood Peel. The Hollywood Peel is more of an exfoliation, right? A tightening of pores, a removal of the dead skin cell layer. The Spectra Bright and Smooth is a laser facial which is all about collagen stimulation. It will also pull out some sun damage pigment. So if you have some background sun damage or hyperpigmentation, but your main goal is collagen building, then you may want to book a Spectra Bright and Smooth. Similar to this, we have another laser called Derma V, which is our vascular laser, vascular meaning it is targeted to treat blood vessels and redness. The Derma V has a similar collagen stimulating facial option called Clear and Smooth. So if you're someone, again, who's interested in collagen building over time, and you tend to be background red, sensitive, or have rosacea, and also if you have acne, which is an inflammatory condition, then you'd want to select the Derma V Clear and Smooth facial. Now, both of these, Bright and Smooth and Clear and Smooth, share the facts that they are about 20 minutes to perform. They have no downtime. There's no special post-care afterwards. You can, use your usual skincare, wear your makeup afterwards. No numbing is required. They're not particularly painful. You can have them done any time of year. And again, the main goal of these facials is collagen boosting. A series is recommended. By that, we mean, a series of 3 perhaps before you really get a sense as to what this can do for you. And some people like the convenience of these and will do, 4 or 5 of these a year, alternating with more hydrating facials like the HydraFacial, so that they're getting the benefit of regular spa facials and also the benefit of collagen boosting. Now, I also like to think of these 2 laser facials as an alternative to microneedling. So if you've ever had microneedling, either with or without PRP, with PRP, it's called a vampire facial. Microneedling facials are awesome. We love them. However, they do take longer to do. You have to be numbed. You're red for a period of time afterwards. You can be more dry for a period of time afterwards, after microneedling. You're probably here at the spa for, an hour and 15 minutes. So, it takes longer, it's more involved, and has more downtime. So if you're looking for something, a result similar to microneedling, but without any downtime and quicker in and out, then you could consider Bright and Smooth or Clear and Smooth.
So basically, this is our Derma laser at Renew MediSpa. We're going to perform a procedure called Clear and Smooth. The clear part is going to help with subtle redness, and the smooth part is just going to build collagen and help with the skin texture. It's really gentle, there's no downtime, and the only recommendation is like any other laser. Make sure that you protect your skin if you're going to have sun exposure. And for a couple of days, just be careful with acids, retinols, or including vitamin C. Can you describe how this feels?
It just feels warm. Almost like a sun warm, a little teeny. Not painful at all.
This can be performed every 4 to 6 weeks. The more often that you do it, or the more treatment you get in on a year, the better your skin is going to look.
Right now it just feels very slightly warm.
Exactly.
So that was for redness.
Exactly, and this is going to be more for collagen stimulation and a smoother skin. We've been performing this setting even with patients when they have really reactive acne and they have a lot of redness, and it's been really helpful. Right? You're going okay. And that's it. As you can see, it's just really mild pain. So there's no downtime. You can go to your regular activities right away. There's no swelling. Yeah, it's easy.
The next treatment I'll speak about, which we use the Spectra for, we call it Spectra Full Face. Now, Spectra Full Face is a treatment we perform on almost any body area, but most commonly the face, the hands, the chest, the shoulders. Spectra Full Face means we're taking the same laser, the Hollywood Spectra, and instead of performing a lighter treatment like the Hollywood Peel or the bright and smooth treatment, we're now taking this laser and turning the energy up higher and attacking more resistant pigment, deeper seated pigment, darker spots, in other words. So if you have advanced sun damage and you have some really dark macule type spots like you see on the left in these photos, that's something that's going to be better addressed by a higher setting treatment with the Spectra, such as Spectra Full Face. Same thing for dark spots on the hands. So we're targeting the energy, we're setting it at a level which we wouldn't perform on the whole face, but which we do spot treat all around on the face, the hands, the chest, wherever, in order to get those spots to lift and peel off. The Derma V, which you just saw performing that clear and smooth facial, is also used for more advanced vascular issues on the face, such as these unwanted capillaries, which are very frequently the result of sun damage or a skin condition called rosacea. Some people also get little red vascular dots. We call them cherry red spots. Those can be very effectively closed with the Derma V. And the Derma V actually also treats spider veins on the legs, just FYI. Now, the Derma V laser will remove some sun damage that is brown spots, and you can see that in the photo on the lower right. So it will hit some brownish discoloration, but it is very much targeted towards redness, rosacea, facial capillaries. So a lot of people have a mix of both reds and browns. In that instance, we'll often start them with the Derma V. We'll clear up the reds. We'll see how much of their browns the Derma V removes. And if there are any brown spots that have been resistant to the Derma V in particular, we'll then switch over to spot treatment with the Spectra, which can go a little deeper and harder with these resistant pigmented spots. Here's an example of a lovely client of ours who had here just a single session of Derma V for her rosacea. You can see a lot of clearing there. That's more than 50% clearing. She then went on to have another treatment and cleared even more, was absolutely thrilled. You can see that she wrote a nice review here saying that she had had 2 sessions and just under a week past her second session, she looked in the mirror and did not feel like she needed to put foundation on in order to walk out the door. And she was thanking, of course, Nurse Victor, who performed her treatments. Now we'll move on to the SmartSkin CO2 laser. This is amping things up in terms of what we're treating here. A CO2 laser is an advanced type of laser for laser skin resurfacing. We call it fractionated laser skin resurfacing. This is safer than older CO2 laser treatments that were done in the past. We have variable settings that we can go with here depending on what your tolerance for downtime is. But in general, I recommend for people with SmartSkin CO2 that we go at least moderate with the settings, because if you're going to have this much downtime, you might as well get as much out of one treatment as you possibly can. So higher settings are going to give you more results in terms of what you're looking for, but you're also going to have more downtime. And you can see typical pricing here for CO2 laser. Now, someone looking for CO2 laser is definitely someone who has more advanced skin changes due to age and sun damage. This is someone with lots of wrinkles, lots of fine lines. Yes, they have brown spots in the background. And sure, those are going to lift with CO2 laser as well. But we could have done that with the Spectra. We could have gotten the brown spots out. The main goal of fractionated laser skin resurfacing with a CO2 laser is to smooth, is to get rid of fine lines and wrinkles. Now, in many cases, we can just treat a smaller area, like just around the mouth, we call it perioral, just around the eyes, periorbital, even just lip lines or just under eye only is possible in some clients. If you're a little bit darker in skin tone, we may recommend that you start with a full face because we don't want there to be a line of demarcation where it's obvious where you had laser done and where you didn't have laser done. So that's the only sort of caveat about spot treating with CO2 laser, is we don't want to create differences that are too obvious in terms of skin texture or skin color. Here are another couple of examples. One of our clients on the left who wanted both smoothing and some pigment lightening. And you can see after one treatment with the SmartSkin CO2 at medium settings, she definitely achieved her goal. And then this example on the right would be someone who went more aggressive with settings. This was 8 weeks post a single treatment, definitely at aggressive settings, but look how much smoothing she got out of that. Now, there is no other laser other than CO2 laser that will achieve that kind of change in a single session or 2 sessions, or, whatever it may take. So I think you get the sense as to this is a bigger gun, brought out for more advanced fine lines and wrinkles, but with potentially beautiful results. Here I've created a table, might look a little busy, but again, it really just summarizes what I've gone over. On the left in blue, you see some typical concerns you might have, such as pores, need for exfoliation, brown spots, reds, melasma, scars of acne, wrinkles. And then you see the individual lasers listed. And as I mentioned, the Derma V on the left with the red is more targeted to reds. So you see that checked off. If you do clear and smooth, you're going to get some improvement in wrinkles over time. Why? Because clear and smooth does stimulate collagen. All of the lasers are going to help enlarge pores. That's going to look better after a laser facial of any type. As we go to the middle, that's our Spectra. Remember, that's the one that's more geared towards pigment. But you can also do the Spectra Bright and Smooth if you've got pigment and you want collagen stimulation. So you see that that's marked off there. And then, of course, there's the Hollywood Peel, which gives you the added benefit of exfoliation. If you need deeper exfoliation, then you're moving further to the right. We mentioned LaserMD in the beginning as something that would also exfoliate, get rid of that surface old skin, something that would treat brown spots, was safe for melasma, would help with acne scars, and would help with wrinkles. And then finally, all the way over to the right, you can see you're getting now a higher level of both exfoliation and pigment removal. So the pigment removal from a SmartSkin CO2 laser treatment is going to pretty much match the pigment removal from a Spectra Full Face treatment. But what the SmartSkin CO2 treatment is going to add is much more improvement in wrinkles per session than you would achieve by doing one of our lighter collagen stimulating laser facials. But those are meant to have no downtime, and SmartSkin CO2 clearly has downtime. With the SmartSkin CO2 laser, we generally tell people 7 to 10 days of downtime. And that first 3 days is when you look the most funky. By day 4, pretty much you're just red. And then that redness, takes some additional days to fully clear. But pretty much after a SmartSkin CO2, especially if we've chosen heavier settings, that first 3 to 4 days is when you're going to want to potentially really lay low and not be expecting to engage in many social activities. So I hope this has been helpful. We certainly are happy to answer any questions you may have about these laser facials, and do get onto our website. Check out our specials page once a month because promotions do change on a monthly basis. And you can also start a web chat if you have questions about anything in any of our videos. We will answer those as soon as we can. If you start a chat after hours, we may not get to it till the following day, but we really look forward to seeing you at Renew MediSpa, and have a wonderful day.